Opportunity cost is an important concept to understand in economics and also something useful to be able to think about in real life. The official definition of opportunity cost is simply the value of the best alternative. Now let's do an example to really understand what that means. And let's do a real world example. Back when I was fresh out of college, there were two jobs I interviewed for. One of them was working at Walmart, which paid about $65 a day. The other one was working at Sylvan, which would pay about $40 a day. Now, let me ask you this. Was it a good idea to work at Sylvan? Well, on the one hand, I get $40 a day, which back when I was fresh out of college, that sounded like a lot of money to me. So I would have done that. But to get that $40 a day, I had to give up that $65 a day. When I go and work at Sylvan, I've got to give up working at Walmart, and I'm not able to get that $65 a day. On the other hand, if I work at Walmart, I'm not able to go work at Sylvan, and I can't make that $40 a day. And that's all that opportunity cost is. When I make the option of doing this, I have to give up that other option. If I decided to work at Sylvan, I would have had to give up working at Walmart. And what it came down to was, even though on its own working $4 a day was a good deal for me back then, I wouldn't want to do it if I had to give up that $65. And that's why I've never worked at Sylvan. Now let's stop and make this a little bit harder example, just to make sure we really understand the concept. So now let's add in one other job that I looked at back when I was pretty fresh out of college. I looked at being a substitute teacher. And back then, having a degree but not being certified, I would be able to make $60 a day. So now let's go through and find the opportunity costs. If I'm working at Walmart, I'm not working at Sylvan or as a substitute, but the best alternative, the one that I'm giving up that I would do if I wasn't at Walmart, would be the $60 as a substitute teacher. Working at Walmart for $65, I've got to give up working as a substitute teacher for $60. And it's true that I'm giving up both of those, but the opportunity cost is just the best alternative. Then working at Sylvan, if I'm going and I'm working at Sylvan, I'm giving up working at Walmart. I'm giving up working as a substitute. The better one is that $65 right there. The opportunity cost is that $65 I'm giving up. And then working as a substitute, I'm giving up both of these. The best alternative to being a substitute is the $65 of working at Walmart. So that is the opportunity cost of being a substitute teacher. And I seriously did do this math back when I was 20. I thought, I'm a substitute teacher. I was currently working at Walmart, and I thought, I could go and be a substitute teacher. It pays $60, that's okay, that's worth it. But I don't want to give up the $65 and go down and actually end up losing money by working as a substitute teacher. So opportunity cost is a concept that you're going to see both in economics and in real life. And one important thing to know about opportunity cost is that it's not always in terms of money. So let's do an example where it's not in terms of money. Alright, let's say it's welcome back week at college. They've got all this fun free stuff going on to try to get people to come back and get excited about being back at college. And some of the stuff they've got going on is they've got a free movie, but then also during the movie they've got a free lunch going on somewhere else. So you've got to stop and you've got to choose one of those two things. If you go and you watch the movie, well, everyone else is going to eat up the lunch while you're doing that. So that's something that you have to give up. You've got to give up that free lunch in order to go and watch the movie they've got playing. On the other hand, if you decide to go to the lunch instead, well, you'll be eating the whole time the movie's playing, and you're going to miss that free movie. So even when there's no money involved at all, you still have an opportunity cost. And one thing that comes up a lot in economics is this phrase, free lunch. A lot of times in economics they'll say there's no free lunch, and that's because even if there is a lunch you don't pay any money for, you still are giving up some opportunity cost to get something. Whatever you do, there's always an opportunity cost. There's always something else that you could be doing. And that's what opportunity cost is all about. For more help with definitions of some of the weird terms I use in economics, feel free to check out my website, retutorsmath.org/economics.